CageReligion.com here with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu legend Rigan Machado. We're here at Trammell's Martial Arts Academy. Rigan, thank you for speaking with us this afternoon.
It's my pleasure. It's my honor to be here for you guys.
Now, getting started, we talked a little bit off camera about a world organization you have in the works. Explain all about that to us.
I've been working this new organization with my cousin Hillion Gracie, my advisor, my brother. And we have now it's a work for almost 8 years now, and finally we have the financial structure and the right team working together to put this organization the future of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The organization is called the World Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Organization. The website is going to be up next 2 days, the BJJ.com, and it's an organization the idea is to push to the next level. We just signed a deal with a combat channel, which is going to be like a Spike TV type of channel. We're going to help to put all the semi-finals and promote the events. We have deals in Brazil right now for the government of Brazil to do 3-4 events over there. The next year we want to do Europe, Australia, Japan, Singapore. The sport is going to be pretty big. I hope to push to the next level.
Now, you were the first black belt ever awarded by Carlos Gracie Jr. Here we are years later. The Gracie name has really gone hand in hand with Jiu-Jitsu and MMA as a whole. Can you put into words how much that means to you after all these years?
It's funny because growing up in Brazil, around my cousins, we never picture how big it's going to be. We never think about it. We just try to spread the seed, and after the UFC helped Jiu-Jitsu so much to grow because people didn't know how important to know grappling on the floor, and the UFC helped to push the Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu around the world quicker. It's so big, it's unbelievable.
Now, as your fans know, you're a bronze medalist in the 2000 Abu Dhabi Submission Wrestling World Championships, wins over Mario Quiroga and Pete Williams. What are your memories of that tournament?
I'm going to tell you something funny. It's my memory. Growing up, I have fights in Brazil and fights outside Brazil. I have probably like a good record of competition. I've been competing for almost 33 years, 34 years, and it's kind of hard because people sometimes ask which was your toughest match. I don't even know. You know what I mean? Sometimes in Brazil, I remember, even not the biggest event in Brazil, I remember sometimes have toughest fight on the small event, and you never know. It's like it's kind of hard to tell. Like somebody come to which is your toughest match. I said, I don't know, but Abu Dhabi for me was very special. It was more on the end of my career when around close to my 40s. I did for the fun and for the love, but it was a good experience. I love the no-gi aspect. I love the gi and I love the no-gi too. You know?
Now, do you feel the recent growth of MMA, there's become even bigger interest in the sport of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, in terms of people not just participating in training, but also following and watching the sport?
I think MMA become the biggest sport in the world, and I believe it's the biggest market for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because every UFC, every MMA event have some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy doing something, you know what I mean, some arm bar, some triangle, some submission. That's the best advertising for the sport ever. You know what I mean? I'm so happy the MMA grow because it helped the Jiu-Jitsu grow too.
Now, how much do you think Jiu-Jitsu has evolved, in your opinion, specifically for MMA in recent years?
I think today is not about just Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or kickbox or wrestling. It's about the three elements: the ground, the takedown, and the strike. And it's very important today to be a complete fighter in the mixed martial arts, to know all three. You have to know Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You have to know wrestling. You have to know punching kicks. Another way, you're going to be a fighter who have weakness. And I believe that evolution helped the Jiu-Jitsu to be a part of MMA.
Now, that said, in your estimation, who are some of the top guys that you personally have felt have really carried the torch of jiu-jitsu at this day and age?
The first one for me was the guys in Brazil, who fought in Brazil, the guys who come to America, like Royce. Royce did a good beginning on the UFC to help to surprise people with submission. A skinny guy who go to the events, he submit everybody. After this, you see a lot of good Brazilians, like on the Pride, they face like Minotaur, start doing some unique Darce chokes, Anaconda chokes. You see after this, Demi Maia submitting a lot of people on the UFC. And it's amazing because in every event at the UFC, you see 2 or 3 different submissions in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, I think that's is the part of the evolution of the sport. You know what I mean? To be a part of a mixed martial arts and the sport, the Jiu-Jitsu techniques is amazing.
Now, BJ Penn once said, and I quote, "Training with Rigan Machado was definitely an experience that changed my life. At one time, I definitely thought he was the greatest grappler that walked the earth." Now, talk about that, what that means to you as having such an impact on guys that have gone on to accomplish stuff like BJ has.
I think it is a phase. And a lot of people, growing up, admire some competitors. I admire Royce Gracie, I admire Carson Gracie, I admire even my cousin Rickson Gracie was a big influence for me too. You have many others. I think sometimes when this new generation, these new fighters, when they start training jiu-jitsu, they look up to me or look up to Rickson, look up to the older generation in the sport. I think that's kind of nice because anything people give a recognition what you did is a good feeling. BJ was somebody who have crossed to train for me in the past. It's very nice to hear that from him.
Now, changing gears a bit, you've had all kinds of notable students over the years of teaching, but one in particularly interesting one that people may not realize is Chuck Norris. Now, I have to ask, what are your memories of training with Chuck?
Chuck Norris for me is more than a friend. It's like a family today. Chuck Norris was the one who extended arms, and the one who helped the Jiu-Jitsu in the United States so much. He helped my cousins, he helped me, my brothers. He helped to get my papers in America. He helped with the immigration. He helped to open my first school. Chuck Norris for me is the nicest person I ever met in my life. But it's amazing to see how many celebrities train Jiu-Jitsu today. Like example, Paul Walker. Paul Walker is in Fast and Furious, a purple belt. You see now Ashton Kutcher training Jiu-Jitsu, which is a great wrestler. You have Ashton Kutcher have a chance to compete Jiu-Jitsu competition today and do well. You start to see so many people, even Asher, the singer, train Jiu-Jitsu once in a while. It's amazing. It's amazing to see the bridge of celebrities today doing the sports and how big, how large, how distant the sport, the Jiu-Jitsu is getting. You know what I mean? Jiu-Jitsu right now is over 150 countries. 150 countries. I went to Thailand for vacation, Jiu-Jitsu in Thailand. Singapore, Japan, New Zealand. It's unbelievable. The growth is unlimited. You don't have a line in how big Jiu-Jitsu is going to get.
Now, lastly, wrapping up, Rigan, for fans watching the Los Angeles area, specifically Brentwood, you have the Rigan Machado Academy. How can people who are interested in checking you out reach the academy?
Yeah, right now I have a new school. Right now is building is a school in Beverly Hills. It's going to be my main location now. It's going to be one of the best schools of mine. Design the school is going to have from massage, acupuncture, physiotherapy, all different type of workouts from CrossFit, different type of specific workouts for athletes, and not only have specific self-defense, mixed martial art training, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, all kind of things. You basically go to my website or contact. Can find me in Facebook and Twitter and things like that. Google my name, you're going to see a lot of information about myself.
Well, again, Rigan, thank you for joining Cage Religion today. We appreciate your time. It's truly been an honor.